Welcome back to the Celtics Nation Rise podcast. I'm your host, Griffin Aldridge, and we got a very special guest joining us again. Jack,
Sure.
what's up, man?
Thanks. How we doing? How we doing? Happy to be here, man. Thank you for having me again.
Yeah,
Always a privilege, man. Let's do it.
of course, of course. So, the Boston Celtics, since the last time we met, last podcast, three games, they lost to the Pistons and they lost to the Cavs. Did beat the Nuggets, but how do you feel about that stretch, kind of?
The Pistons, I feel like it was just a shitty time to run into them, you know? It's like you don't like they were hot. What are they? I think they won seven like in a
Eight?
row,
I think it was
or
eight after
eight
us.
after us. Yeah. So like before that, they were riding that 7 game streak. It's like, I mean, you just catch a good team, and it's not the same like Detroit Pistons anymore, bro. Like this is like I think everyone's starting to realize that, even the more casual fans, that like, all right, Detroit is like they're not the Pistons anymore. Like they're get back to that Detroit basketball. Like Cade's are on the come up. The paradox. We all and yeah, they got a good team over there, man. They got a really good team.
Yeah, I think kind of it's like you said it perfectly right there. It's kind of like watching the Last Dance documentary.
Right.
Now, kind of like in the 2000s, you're like, wait, the Pistons were like the bad boys of basketball, but they're like you said with Cade, they're kind of like going back to that. So
Yeah.
it's one where honestly, it's one where they have. I've said this at the beginning of the season. The Pistons have a good team, and they're a sneaky like team that could sneak
Yeah, man.
playoff and stuff. Um, but then you lose a heartbreaker to the Cavs.
Yeah.
Great game by Tatum and Brown. Just to fall short about that, did you watch that game?
Yeah, I was at the game, and
Oh, you were at the game.
yeah, and then I was in the city with Randy too, and his boy. But yeah, I mean, it's when we went up 25-3, like I don't know, I was fired up, but at the same time, like this isn't gonna last. Like it's I mean, I think people are making a bigger deal about that, lead, because that's just how it is in the NBA. I mean, if you start hot in the first like 4 or 5 minutes of the game, you're bound to come back to earth. That's just the basketball. And it's like the Cavs, took their slow start and they found their rhythm and they just got hot. Mitchell, you just couldn't be stopped. And the fact that we kept letting Sam Hauser switch onto Donovan Mitchell is probably the main reason we lost that game. I have Sam Hauser pisses me off. But anyway, that's a rant for another time.
Oh, I
Yeah.
gotta say something funny about Sam Hauser. I've heard so many people go to one of the main Celtics games when Sam Hauser was there, and
Yeah.
they all said that security was there like he was LeBron. Like it was surrounding
Really?
Sam Hauser. Is that crazy? You think that's a
I
little
mean, dude, I bet I mean, yeah, he's definitely. I mean, he pulls up to the G League, like he's a big name there, man. It's like he's like a Michael Jordan, level status over there in Maine.
Oh yeah, because
It's
especially
royalty up
like
there.
alumni there too, like
Yeah, man. Seriously.
yeah.
What do you know?
So I kind of now that you know, wait, did you get any interviews with people, or was that more so Randy?
No, no. Well, Randy did most of them. We did a lot of stuff like before the game. He got a lot of good stuff. He posted a lot of them on his page, and there's some funny stuff in there. He got some good content for sure.
Go check out Randy's page. Go check all of that.
Yeah, go check out Randy Elson, man. Great guy.
Go, yep. So
Go.
being there, being there, I said this to Kyle too. Like we were talking about it, and when they were up 25-3, I'm like, bro, they're gonna blow the lead. Like
Yeah,
I'm not excited yet because I know they're gonna the Celtics do that
right.
every single time they face the Cavs. But how is kind
Yeah.
of at TD Garden? How is like the fan? Like I will say this. Just watching it from home at the beginning, it sounded like a playoff game. Like it was so
Oh,
loud.
yeah. That's what it was. That's what it felt like. I mean, I think every time these teams have met this season, I feel like those have been the vibes
Mhm.
going into the game for both fan bases. I mean, because we know damn well these are the two best teams in the East. I mean, I don't think that's a question anymore. I mean, I think New York is a bunch of frauds, and then you got Cleveland, who just matches up crazy well with us, and I think it could be a 6 game series if both teams are healthy. And I think like both teams know that. So I think that's why going into all these regular season games, I mean, everyone knows the magnitude of these matchups because with how close they are, I mean, who knows? I mean, Cleveland could go on a little skid or, lose here and there, and Boston could just, I mean, it might end up being a race for that one seed. So
It
I
might.
think
Yeah.
that was our last time playing them, right? Cleveland, do we have one
Yeah.
more? I think that was our last time. Okay.
Yeah, that was it.
Our
Series is
last time.
tied
Okay.
2-2 for the
Yeah,
regular.
2-2. Yeah. Dude,
So
that'll
it's
be, I
yeah,
hope we meet them in the playoffs.
I do too. How was just
This
asking
series.
this too? How was kind of like the reactions when we blew the lead at TD Garden and just lost? How was it like? Because I know when I went to the playoff game a couple
Yeah.
years back against the Hawks, fans were still chanting "Let's go Boston," but other ones were pissed. Like they were swearing,
Yeah.
they were annoyed. How was the vibes there after that win?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Holy shit. I
Yeah,
think, I mean, I think most people sensed the tide kind of turning, and I think you can even feel it like in the crowd. Like you could not know what's happening in the game, but like you said, people start to get just like restless. And I don't think there was. I think a, I think a lot of people like me kind of like saw it coming. Like I don't like people weren't as pissed as I thought they would be leaving the stadium, but because like I said, I think it's more because. I mean, this isn't even close to the first time we've seen this with the Celtics team. I mean, this is something they are very known to do often. Like they'll build
yeah,
up this lead, and then over the course of the game, they'll get stagnant, and it all leads up to the fourth, like 4 minutes in the fourth quarter, where they get their most stagnant at like the most important part of the game. So it's the vibes were like on a very steady decline, I feel, from like that very high point of the first quarter. It's like I feel like it's really hard when you max out like when you have your highest of the high like that early in the game, you know? It's like what was it, like 8 minutes in the first quarter left or something like that when we were up 20 or like 10 or whatever it was. Oh
yeah.
yeah, we got off to a crazy start, and then it's like from there, I feel like it was just Cleveland slowly chipping away.
Yeah, and it was like after that one timeout, I think it was like 25 to 3.
20, 25-3 or some shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that.
they
Yeah.
called that timeout, and then from there it was Cleveland's game. From there it was Cleveland's game. And like as soon as they Cleveland
Right.
called that timeout, it was like just and
And I
it's
feel like even if we're
what were you saying?
yeah. And even if we're up, like even if we were like it was a close game, like I feel like every fan was sitting there just like, damn, we should be up by like so much more right now. Like even if we had just like made a good like even we just hit a three to bring the lead back up to 4 to 5, you're sitting there and you're like, oh my big bro, we should be up 20 right now, you know? So
Yeah.
it's like I feel like fans are like when teams start that comeback, I feel like the fans just get like we all get in our head like, oh, here we go again, you know?
Yeah, and it's like I hate to say it, but it's like a cycle where it's like you can't help yourself. I mean, in that game,
Right.
like we're talking about how great of a game it was. Donovan Mitchell had 41 points. Like he just don't like every
Insane.
time. And I'm gonna say this when I again coming from my perspective when I went to a playoff game when Trey Young just shot like those late minutes, those deep threes. That's
Yeah,
what
man.
Donovan
Oh,
Mitchell does to the Celtics. Like it's those late minutes, it's the
right.
deep threes, and it's like, how is he even making these? It's like, what?
Yeah. And it's just when he releases it, it doesn't matter from where he shoots it. Like you just think it's gonna go in. Like
Yeah, you're
and you
like,
just know, especially if Sam Hauser's guarding him, it's like you know that you know it's gonna fall and it doesn't matter from where he's shooting it.
oh no. And it sucks because like we obviously I don't know if you know about Celtics Nation Rise MVP. Like Tatum had a great night. Like 46 points, 16
Yeah.
rebounds, 9 assists. And then even Jalen Brown with
Yeah.
27. It's like you lost
Yeah.
the game, you know. It was a
Yeah, dude.
disappointment.
They went crazy.
It was a disappointing one. But it's a
Yeah,
battle where you're like, all right, I'm ready to face them in playoffs. Like I wanna see that matchup.
for sure.
Like it's
Me
one.
too, man. It'll be so much fun.
You know what I'm gonna say though? I think the Pistons end up knocking them off. I'm gonna say that. One of the teams, a sleeper team.
Dude,
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Because
that could
yeah, and we've talked about this too on the podcast. Like they're a great team, but like those sleepy teams can like come in and kind of, I don't know. Playoff basketball is different. Playoff basketball
I
is
mean,
like
they play hard too. Like they're hard playing. Like they're a team. Like other than Cleveland, I think Detroit is the one team I don't want to see in the playoffs, especially if they're like a lower seed.
so I just feel like that Cavs game was just like one. It's like it's just one where it was so close, like record wise this year, like 2-2 both games. We're their first loss, but like talking about a 7 game series, I don't think like knock on wood, but I don't think the Celtics lose to the Cavs in a 7 game series.
No,
It's just
I think
like
they lose to anybody.
no, and it's like this too. Like they haven't lost 3 games in a row since like 700 something days now.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah, it's nuts. So it's just the Celtics are on a complete tear, and it's like then you face Denver, and Jokic didn't beat you. Like you gotta look at that. Jokic
Right.
didn't beat you, and that's a great sign from that. What were your thoughts on that game against Denver?
I think we again that was a game that I think other Celtics teams, or maybe even the Celtics early in the season, we would have lost that game, I think, I mean, especially near the end when they started to chip away and Jamal Murray started to do his thing. He's another one of those players where it's like he could be shooting bad the entire game, but then he's going to come in the fourth quarter overtime and end your team season, So it's just like that's a very tough team that I think I mean, even though we kind of almost blew it, I mean, I'm glad. I think we needed a game like that to prove to the guys to prove to themselves even that we can, survive a late like surge from like a championship team like Denver. Like that's a team that I think is a top three team. They could probably win they're probably like my third team to win the championship. I mean, oh, you got OKC, you got us, and you got probably them. So it's like it's survive, a run from them from Jokic. They got all their guys except Gordon. But I mean, I think that was a huge, test to pass there for us.
I agree, and I wasn't able to watch it because I had my internship, but I'm
Oh,
looking
got
at
you.
real, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, the Celtics are doing great, and then in the fourth quarter, I'm like. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What are we doing? It's actually funny. And no, I'm happy you didn't because I agree with you, but I didn't hear the Lakers on that list because all you hear
Yeah.
is Lakers fans yapping, yapping, yapping. Oh, we're gonna win the finals this year. Like, da, da, da. Like, come on. Come on.
Yeah, man. They're not I honestly don't think I mean I know you have LeBron and Luka, but I just don't think that's enough against the Celtics. I like obviously it's a ridiculous duo. I mean, probably the duos we're ever gonna see, but I don't think they have the depth. I don't.
No, they don't. They like
And then you
center.
need a big. You're not gonna beat Jokic.
No. Like,
So it's like yeah.
yeah, and like center wise, like you said, big wise, like all right, if they had Mark Williams, I would say their chances increase a lot more.
Right.
But that trade didn't go through. So it's like
Yeah.
not like, did it really?
I don't know,
Like
man. Right. That'll be an interesting. I think it'll just be. I don't know how they're going to guard Jokic. Like, without AD. I mean, they couldn't even guard him with AD. So it's
no,
like, I don't even know what's going to happen now. I don't know it's not like Luca can't guard him, It's like Luca and LeBron can't play defense.
yeah.
So
And
it's like,
it's-
on these bigs. And they're going to need to, I don't think Luca's guarding I don't think Luka's guarding Chet. Like obviously, I don't know who the hell's gonna guard Chet. I don't know who's guarding Jokic. I don't know who's guarding Shea. Like I just don't think they have the defense.
yeah, I feel like the thing is too with them is you said it. It's defense. It's defense. And that's the thing with the Celtics. I wish we could kind of get back to a better defense. I mean, kind of going off,
Right.
but like Drew Holiday, I heard he is now questionable. So I don't know what's going on with Drew Holiday. Like I've
Yeah.
heard he's out for the rest of regular season. Now I'm hearing he's questionable again. Have you heard anything along those lines with Drew Holiday?
I've just heard. I honestly have just heard that he has no timetable. That's the last thing I heard, and I feel like for that usually you mean. to me, that usually like signals that a player is going to be out for longer than we
Thing.
think. When they say no timetable, that's usually what I feel like happens. So I wouldn't be surprised if we shut him down, honestly. Like, or maybe until the last couple games of the regular season, just to, get that, those minutes under him before the playoffs start. But I wouldn't even really be opposed to that. I mean, as long as we're still playing good ball, rolling into the playoffs, I'm not gonna, I wouldn't be opposed with, resting him a little bit because the last thing we need is Drew Holiday out for the playoffs. I mean, he is probably our most like, obviously aside from like Tatum, it's like we need him for the playoffs. We need him to guard Mitchell. We need him, if we runs the Bucks are hot. Like we need them to guard him, need him guarding Lillard, and then if we make it the finals, we need him to guard Shea because without him, I don't know, if we have a chance against those guys.
I agree. He's a key asset that you
Yeah,
need, especially defensive wise. Like he's one,
right,
and we've talked about this over and over again. It's just a matter of the Celtics making it to playoffs and being healthy, you know.
right.
That's the number one thing. And Drew Holiday is that person. Like Drew Holiday 100% is the best defender on the Boston Celtics.
He's
And you're gonna need him in a 7 game series. It's not like Porzingis where we've kind of been used to playing without him because of the injuries.
right.
Through Holiday, there hasn't been a lot of injuries until recently, you know? Like
Yeah.
one where you're like, it's one that we hate to see, da da da. But yeah, you said it with the Denver game too. Like, just the Celtics have kind of, I'm hoping that that win against them will kind of put them back on a roll. I mean, you see Portland today. What are your thoughts on kind of this Portland game?
This
What do you
should
want?
be an easy win. This should be like this shouldn't even be close.
What do you want to see
Like,
from this game? Like, what do you want the Celtics to do?
I want us to just roll them over. Like I want the game to be over by the third quarter. I want to see a Torrey Craig play. I want to see Torrey Craig play like 12 plus minutes tonight. Like that's what I want to see. Like
I
I want to see the starter sitting on the bench at the end of the third quarter. Like I
well,
feel like that'd be great. Like especially like I think that's like if we can start just blowing teams out and like getting games over with by like halfway through the third and like giving these guys like some rest, like our starters, but like also allowing them to play through the motions of the game, just take care of it or business early on. Like I think that's gonna be the best way to go about this end of the season here.
yeah, I feel like today you might even see the bench playing from the get-go. I mean,
Yeah.
Tatum questionable, Brown's questionable. White's probable, Peyton Pritchard's probable, but then you have Porzingis who's doubtful, Holiday's doubtful.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a big, we're gonna get a big Al Horford game, big Pritchard game. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if like I wouldn't even play. I don't know if I'm definitely not playing Tatum or Brown. Like I'm giving him a rest tonight, probably. But it's in Portland,
Yeah,
right?
I think it's in
Or no, it's in
Boston.
Boston. It's in
Yeah, it's in
Boston.
Boston.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's one I was
yeah,
gonna try to go to because I'm like not doing anything today, but I wasn't able to go to it. So
yeah.
it's
But
tough.
hey,
Gotta
it
save it
is,
for
man.
playoffs. Gotta save it for playoffs, you
You
know?
go, you do, man. You don't want to waste on a Portland game where we're gonna see a lot of bench guys tonight, like we're
Oh yeah.
saying. So
Oh yeah. You know
should be
my first,
smooth.
oh yeah. You know my first game though, the one first game Celtics game I ever went to was actually against the Trailblazers.
Yeah,
When Dame was
really,
on the team though, it was fun. Like watching Dame, but then they
dude.
lost.
He's fun to watch, man.
He is. Have you ever watched him in person?
I have. I went to one of my first games too. Was the Blazers game back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah.
And then yeah, because they were just like they were always like a cheap team to go watch play, and it was like, but you also had Dame, so it was like you didn't have to blow a lot of money. You could still watch a superstar, and it was like that was always pretty cool. So I
Yeah.
go to a lot of like Blazers back when I like back when it wasn't like the money of my own I was spending, like just choosing to blow on the Celtics
Yeah.
back when I was like, hey, like when you had to you had to work a lot to convince, so it was like, hey, like these tickets are cheap, pops. It's like,
Let's
so
go.
it's like,
Let's
let's
go.
go. And he's like, word. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
But
yeah, bro.
one name I'm sad not to see tonight is Robert Williams, Time Lord. Um,
I know, dude. That's so sad.
I
I would
was
have loved to see his return, man.
I know, and it's like but the injuries, it's like it's nothing's changed with him.
No,
Nothing.
seriously, I know. It's like at the end of the day, it was sad we had to let him go. Like he was like one of my favorite players, but it's the same thing with Marcus. It's like or not Marcus. Or KP. It was like the same thing with KP now. It's like he's just but obviously KP is opens everything up. So it's like
Yeah,
but I loved Rob. He was a beast. If he could have stayed healthy, he would have been dude, he would have been
animal.
insane.
And
Insane.
insane. And a thing with him too is like with KP, who would you rather have? Would you, like obviously they're down to a little amount of minutes, but would you rather have someone that's giving you 30 points or someone that's going to give you like maybe
Oh
10?
yeah. I mean, the way our team is, it's like you're gonna pick KP every time, right? It's like
Yeah.
it's just like he can do what Rob can do, just a little like less aggression, I guess, on the defensive end, and
Mhm.
then he can like shoot the shit out of the three, you know? And it's just like the fact that he can shoot that from the logo is just like it's nuts. I remember the first time I was watching the game, seeing him pull up like right from like right, I don't know, right in front of the logo, and I'm just like, oh my God, it's gonna be amazing.
I'm like, how is he doing this? I'm like, what? And then he
Yeah,
would go down and slam the ball to
yeah,
like this is incredible. Just the first
right.
time watching him.
Yeah, seriously.
Um,
Yeah, the first game we played with him was nuts.
I loved it. It was that
Cheat code.
preseason game. That
Yeah,
preseason game. It was like, and I was watching it. I remember, and I was like, "Wow, just give us the championship already."
yeah,
And we got it.
seriously. And we did. And we
You
got that
know,
shit.
that was incredible. Um, Now I kind of want to ask you, what's your score predictions for this game?
Tonight, let's go with what do you think? We're putting up 120 on them. We're putting up let's go 123. And Portland, man, they ain't score more than 100. We'll go 123-96. We're gonna kick the shit out of
Wow.
them with
I,
123-96.
I'm gonna go a little less. I'm gonna go because I don't know who plays tonight, so I'm gonna go
That's true.
117 to like 10 103
I
103
like that.
104
I like
maybe
that.
around that. But
Hell
I'll,
yeah.
I'll lock in 103.
Yes,
But
sir.
yeah. Really quick before we get into the other games, Celtics City. I know you haven't watched it yet, so I won't spoil it.
Yes. Yes.
But I will say this. This documentary is going to be amazing. And I already watched episode one. Jack, I know what the heck, man. You're probably even
I
in
know.
you're in the series at some point. You gotta be. You're definitely in it. 100%.
Dude, that'd
100%.
be fire, bro. That'd be fire.
Who's excited to see the Jack tattoo? Wait. We gotta see it.
Oh,
See,
yes.
time.
Of
It's
course. We
time.
already know. Oh, yes. We gotta see. Hold up. In real time.
In
Hold
real
up.
time before you guys
Where's
see it
that?
on the documentary because I guarantee we will. I guarantee we will. Oh, I see a Red Sox
Well,
shirt.
dude, that'd be pretty dope. Oh,
Imagine.
yeah, of
Oh,
course. We're up in everyone around. Red Sox tattoo in the other arm.
oh my gosh, got it. Got it.
There it is.
You
There it
guys.
is. In all its glory. In all its
Hey,
glory. There it is.
the first time on the Celtics Nation
On
Rise,
the Celtics Nation Rise pod.
we
We're
saw
out here.
IRL. You know,
IRL.
that's awesome.
IRL. You know the vibes.
So I told you on the first podcast we did, but my brother and I, when we saw you on TV a couple years back when we made that run, we're like,
Yeah.
let's do it for him. And I was
Yes,
telling my
sir.
brother you, and it's so funny because it like I would consider us friends now, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Of
like
course.
it's so funny because like I was seeing you on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and I'm like,
Right?
oh, this guy is sick. And then here we
Guy's
are now
nuts.
on a podcast,
He's
you know?
homies, man. Yes, sir. You already know.
Yeah, we're definitely I talked about it like on the off season when we have more time. We gotta like
Yeah, bro.
get more in
You got
depth.
pull down to the Cape, man. You know?
Yes, I do. I do.
It's a dope spot, man.
I gotta come to Boston. Like I gotta make a trip
Pull up
soon.
to Boston, man. Pull down this way.
Oh, I got to. I
We,
got to. We
bro,
gotta hit
Mass is dope, man. Mass is dope.
we oh I Boston is my home. Like
Yeah, bro.
I haven't told this story on the podcast, I don't think, but I went to go meet Jordan Walsh and my car broke.
Yeah.
But like
Okay.
all right, listen, it's a scary place to break down, but like I wouldn't realistically. want to break down any other place. You know, like if I was stuck in
Right.
Boston for forever, I'm fine with that.
Seriously, bro. There you go.
You
Yeah, I
know,
broke I broke down in like God, this is when I was like a senior. I was just like me and my buddy like had nothing to do down the Cape, so we're just like, fuck it, we'll go up to the city. We went up to Boston, right on our way up there. It was like it's terrible traffic, and like my wheel like locked, like I couldn't like fucking turn it. So I'm just like.
what?
I look over at my boy and I'm like, yo, like my shit's locked. Like I don't know what's going on. So it's like, thank God we're just like it's just first like going 2 miles an hour. So like I'm in the left lane and I can't get over like to the breakdown lane. There's a guardrail here. So I just like pull as far over as I can to the left. And I'm just like I'm halfway in the breakdown lane, like halfway in the left lane. Or not the breakdown lane, like the fucking guardrail. And so I'm just like called AAA and I'm like, yo, like I'm just here like by the on Route 3 here, like so they drove me over to like come through all like this traffic and everyone. I'm like, I felt so bad because I was like, it was making all this traffic so much worse. They dropped us off at this like roast beef place,
A
and
roast beef place. What you guys do?
yeah,
Did they
roast
save
beef
you?
spot. What? Huh?
Did they
No,
help you guys out?
they dropped off. Yeah, no, they dropped us. They had to bring our like I think this spot. It was like right across from the place they were fixing my whip, and then my dad came and scooped us. And shout out Pops, he brought us all the way back up to the city. So what a legend for that. And then he was like, yeah, he's like there was like I call it like some like 45 minute like traffic backup or something. I was like, oh, he's saying that's how he was able to find me. He didn't even need me to tell him where I was
Ah,
at, you know.
there's just a
So
backup of traffic. Yeah.
yeah, huge traffic backup.
You're gonna say I'm lying, but I have proof to a picture. Do you want to hear where I broke down? So my car, obviously it runs hot, right?
Yeah,
So like it can't do traffic. And
right,
traffic obviously, and I was like, oh,
right.
it's overheating. And then I crap you not, we're right on the bridge, right before you go in
Yeah.
that tunnel, right outside TD Garden. There,
Oh my
going
God,
into the
bro.
tunnel, starts smoking, and I'm like, oh.
Oh,
Um,
oh shit.
all right, we're gonna pull over right here, and I was like, yo, this is awful. Like I was like, but we didn't even have to. So we were about to call AAA, but they sent like their own thing over just because we were causing traffic, so they were
Okay.
sending us out there.
Right.
But like that was like, oh geez, we're done for. I'm gonna try to see if I could find it
Yeah, you have pull this up.
because like literally we were right outside of it. It was right before, I think it was right before the season started. Oh, I think I found
Found
it.
it.
We're coming up on it at least.
Yes, sir.
I think so. No, but it was awful. I would say that was like,
Dude,
I love Boston, but that was definitely an
that's
experience.
tragic.
I'm like, can't do that anymore. All right, well, I will find it, but terrible again. But then tomorrow we play the Sixers. What do you want to see from the Sixers?
Sixers? Well, what? They don't got Joe. They don't got Paul. What? He's still not playing.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't even know who's playing over there anymore. That should be another easy win. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
As much as I hate Joel Embiid, it sucks. It sucks that he's not playing anymore or out for the season. It's like that Celtics Sixers isn't the same without Joel Embiid. Like I've nobody to hate, you know. So it's like
I know you said it perfectly right there. Like we
takes
had
it all
a
out.
yeah, and we had a Sixers fan on last time, and we were planning something, and I literally texted him before. I'm like, because we were planning something for tomorrow, and I was like, really any point of us doing it now? Like,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, seriously, bro.
because like it's a unfortunate circumstance, but
Right.
it's how it is. It sucks.
Yeah, bro.
Uh, one thing I do want to say though, I think the thing with I want to kind of add on this too because this is kind of another thing that's been popping up. What's your whole thing on Kyrie? Former Celtic, we gotta talk about.
Dude, it sucks, man. That's so sad. It's like as much as I don't like Kyrie, it's like, bro, that shit's just like
Oh, oh, I
that's
found
that's
it.
tragic, man. Oh, you found it. Let's see it.
Oh, all right, you ready for this? So we were literally I was on FaceTime with my buddy. showing
Oh
him
my God, bro, you are.
literally
That's so
on the thing.
tragic.
And then you got the
Zakem
car.
and everything.
You got the car being towed in the in.
Oh God, bro. Oh, it's so tragic. And the sun went down and everything too, bro.
Great view though, I will say,
Yeah,
where they left us off. Great view.
there you go.
But we made it
Can't
back.
complain.
Yeah, you can't complain.
Can't
Sorry, I
complain.
didn't mean to interrupt you on the
No,
cap.
you're good. You're good. But no, bro, that shit's tragic. It's like, I don't know. Like torn ACL is just like, ugh, fucking hate you hate to see it, man. You really hate to see it. Like he probably that's probably like we're not gonna see like that version of Kyrie ever again, you know? It's like so I don't know, man. Oh, sorry, holy shit. He's not gonna be like nearly as fast, which is just like it's just gonna be weird, you know? It just makes you like realize that like this era of basketball is really like coming to an end, man. Like I saw that clip last night of him shooting the free throws and walking off, and I'm just like, damn, like I'm getting old, you know? It's like all these players are just like just sad to see, you know?
It
It's
is. It is.
really is, but you know, that's what Dallas gets, I guess, man. They are cursed now.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have traded Luca. And now they now
Shut.
they're going to shambles.
They are. And that's the one that, hey, you're paying that price, Like
Yeah, man. Seriously.
you really are.
They're gonna be cursed for a long time until that Nico Harrison dude gets the hell out of there.
Yeah, all right, I'm gonna say this. After he's done with that job, do you think he's done? Like, do you think he'll ever
Oh, there's no way he ever like
no
yeah,
way.
he's fucked. Like he's done. Like the second when he's their GM, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, he's their GM. Yeah, yeah, he's
Yeah.
screwed. No, like he knows he like I'm surprised how are they not fired him yet? Like
I wouldn't be
they're probably waiting until
a while,
like
yeah.
you can just fire GM, right? Like am I stupid? Like you can just
Yeah,
like
the Red
yeah.
Sox have
So
gone
I
through
don't
like five of them.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, seriously. So it's like yeah, bro. I don't know. They're probably I hope they're just waiting for all Mavs fans' sakes. I guess they're just waiting to the end of the season at this point, or I don't know, but
and
fuck.
the Mavs were still in contention for like a title, like to run it
Yeah,
Boston. So it's like
seriously, bro.
you went from that
And
to now.
nothing.
Yeah.
Like you're yeah, you're screwed now. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Oh yeah. And then Saturday play the Lakers.
Yeah, Lakers. Oh, that'll be such a dope game. I'm so
Luca.
pumped for
Speaking of
that.
Luca, at Boston.
That'll be dope, man.
I saw it on someone's account that someone's selling a ticket for $40,000 for that game. I know.
Holy shit.
Yo,
Someone's probably gonna buy it too.
balcony, I looked at because I was like, oh, maybe I'll go to this game because I'm trying to get to a game before my
Nuts.
internship starts. $1,000 for balcony. I'm like,
Okay.
I should have just went to a finals game last year for that price. Uh, you know,
Seriously, literally, bro. It's insane. Tickets are, oh my God. My buddy is selling like some good, I think he's like eight something, like 850 for like two balcony seats, which is pretty good.
for
But
the Lakers game,
yeah,
that's good
but
price. That's a good price.
but still, that's like it's crazy expensive still. And like it's crazy that that's the best price you're probably gonna find.
Yeah,
Like that's just like insane to me. Like the best price you're gonna get is like 450 for the worst seat in the building, which is
yeah,
just like I'm not gonna swing. Like I'll watch that shit from home.
yeah. I'll kick back. Have
Yeah,
some
seriously,
water.
bro.
Got my water
Chill
right.
on some free water.
Yeah, free water, not
Yeah,
$10 water.
exactly, bro.
Um, chill, kick back, and yeah. But then
Chill.
we move forward to Monday's game against the Jazz, facing former Celtic
Jazz.
Jaden Springer, and
Oh yeah.
you can't forget about that. Um,
Team Springer.
so really quick with those four games, you got Trailblazers, you got Sixers, Lakers, and Utah. What's your prediction moving
Dude,
next
that
time?
should be a 4-0 stretch. I mean, that it's there's no like obviously the Lakers game is tough, like because even when obviously we saw what happened when they didn't have LeBron or AD last year and they came to Boston, kicked our ass. But that should be 4-0, like easily, bro. Like I think like I said, like kick Portland the ass tonight. Philly, no Joe, no whoever the hell their hospital Sixers team. That should be a win. And then we bring LA, that's a win. And then I mean after that, bro, like. Like this is a very important stretch, I think, right here. Like these next couple of games. I mean, I think we build momentum going into April. Like that's huge, bro.
Yeah. I think the big thing for me, I think 4-0 too. I think this is a week where I could comfortably say 4-0. The Lakers are obviously going to be a one where you're like, it's going to be long
Right,
back and forth, but I think we can still beat them, especially at Boston.
for sure.
But the one thing I do have to say, my big priority of this is for one, winning all four games. For two is kind of I want to say this. The second thing is just staying healthy. I think that's the biggest concern for me.
Right,
Working on building up health and
right.
kind of getting into April healthy, getting out, resting guys, getting people opportunities. New guy Miles Norris on the team. We didn't mention on that too.
That's
Anton,
right.
what do you think about that? Now he's with the Knicks. With the Knicks.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Oh
next.
gosh. What do you think about
Yeah.
that? Quick?
Ooh,
What was that?
about what? Sorry.
With Anton releasing him, going to the Knicks, getting Miles Norris.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's all right. I mean, the Anton kid who just signed with us.
Yeah, we drafted him.
Yeah, the what? I mean, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be hard to crack this team. I mean, like if Lonnie Walker ain't doing it, like I don't
Then
think a lot of these. Then I don't think this dude's doing it, or this other dude. The Norris dude. That's
Norris is good though.
I
I've seen Norris play actually. He,
yeah.
he's he's
It's
pretty good.
he was a G League guy, yeah,
Yeah, so I
for a bit.
actually yeah, so my first game I saw him play. Um I actually saw him play last year, my first ever G League game, and he had like 30. Yeah,
Damn,
so he's nice.
damn.
Uh
Well,
that's definitely one that you're
I
like,
mean, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I feel like and then
I mean, it's just I feel bad for all these guys though, because it's like on any other team, like they definitely be on this.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. And it's
So it's
like
just like,
because I see personally from me, I see a future with Anton. I feel like Lewis kind of no, Kyle kind of said he's kind of like an Al
yeah,
Horford. Like he could shoot
yeah,
three, like a young one, not as good,
do it
obviously.
all,
Shoot a
right?
three, play post. He played center a lot for the main Celtics.
Okay, yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. I wasn't like I didn't know a crazy lot about him, but before he was like barely on the squad. But
Yeah.
yeah,
He was man. I got an interview with him too for the
hell
account.
yeah,
He was
hell yeah,
he
bro.
was so good. So yeah,
Well, I mean,
ultimately 4-0.
four and oh, man.
One last thing I want to brush up on, and then we'll see you guys next week for the podcast. But Lonnie Walker,
Yes,
you
sir.
spoke about that. He's playing for the Sixers.
Yeah.
He's been on kind of a tear a little bit, like against the Trailblazers a couple nights ago. He had 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and shot 50. So, do you think?
Bro, he's gonna come into the garden and light us up. Watch, all right, he's gonna. Or is it in? It's in Boston, right? This
I,
last
I,
one.
let me check. Let me check. I think it is.
They
Tonight.
just. I
Yeah.
think they
Yep. In
Boston. Yeah,
Boston.
dude, I'm telling you, bro, he's gonna come in there and light us up, bro. He's gonna drop 30 on us. Watch.
I'm saying over or under on 30. You're going over?
I'm going over. I'm taking the over for my guy Lonnie, man.
Take it over to
Taking the
well,
over.
I miss him though. Like I miss
Me
Lonnie.
too. I would have loved to see him, get some minutes in. I liked. He's a bucket in 2K. I used to kill my buddy with him in
Oh,
2K. What was it, 24? I forget which one it was, but he was the dog.
yeah, he was incredible to use. Like 2K.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just like when we got Lonnie Walker, it was like, let's go. I literally
Right, bro. Seriously.
my jaw dropped for like 20 minutes. Like I couldn't. I was like,
Yeah.
we got Lonnie. Like we just won a championship now
Yeah.
for Lonnie, but
Yeah.
still good. We're still good. We got some pieces.
We'll take it, man.
Torrey Craig. He's been a
Mess
dog.
with Tory, man. We'll see him tonight, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, are you on the Torrey Craig fan account? Like are you on board with Torrey Craig? Are you a big fan of him?
Oh, hell yeah, bro. I'm on the wave. I'm on the Tory Craig wave.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Got you.
Well, thank you again for joining.
Yes, sir, brother.
We'll
Yes,
have
sir.
you back on soon for sure.
Of course.
And yeah, 4-0. That's what we think we're going with.
4-0.
Yep. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. Peace.